Moving Obstacles by Sumstar was a widely popular level, showcasing how moving obstacles would look in the following update. Those who dared to take this challenge would be rewarded with the most accurate level movement. When the following update was made and move triggers were introduced, more dimensions were added to Geometry Dash gameplay, along with some other questionable uses. This update gave Sumstar the ability to do a sequel of his commercial success, Moving Obstacles 2, Electric Boogaloo. This level predicted the platformer mode 5 years before it was announced, but that is not why this level is relevant. This level has a clock, which means speedrunning time. On June of 2016, the Jacko 9 would upload a run. Since it is a countdown clock, the higher the time, the faster it is. Since there is only so much you can do as a creator, you're constantly going back until you press the spacebar. After some tight timings, he finished with a 12.3, which would be the hypothetical best for years. By May of 2020, 6 people had achieved this perfect time, but an iPad kid by the name of Litnin would change things up. He would do every timing as done before, but at the final barrier, he would add a very precise jump similar to the infamous pipe jump in Super Mario Bros. By finding and executing this trick, Litnin would start his career greatly, with the coveted world record, so there are 4 other Geometry Dash levels that accumulated speedruns, and given time, Litnin would hold all of them at the same time. Though after less than a month, he would be recordless yet again, as a glitch would be discovered in Moving Obstacles 2. A player named Sabat discovered that if you hit the maximum height after 14.6, then it would count the level as complete for some weird reason, so he got to work and achieved a 13.9. Only 6 days after this discovery, Litnin would get the record back by skipping a cycle, and after this, he would slowly chip away at the other records. In the following week, he would beat the AlterGame XI record by skipping a whole cycle of the moving rock. The previous method required waiting and log movement, while the new one was really precise but had less distance and was 3 seconds faster. This level was very impressive to me, so I have a whole video about it. This was the lowest time possible, so he'll probably have this till the end of time. But if you think a 3-second difference is big, wait until you see how he absolutely demolished 60 seconds. He got a time of, you guessed it, less than 60 seconds. Since he found so many level breaking skips, I'll just make a list to cut time. He would use the breakable block to boost onto a small ledge. Similar to moving obstacles, he would clip onto the edge of the block to get up. This jump is not possible under normal circumstances, but he uses the extra height from the previous jump to barely be able to get up. He would also jump on the edge of a block with a jump pad. He was already 5 seconds ahead of the record, and still went for this minimal time save, even though hitting the pad would mean certain death. After these 3 runs, Litnin was only 2 records away from a clean sweep, so dude, a seasoned veteran, decided to do something about it. He reinforced the 2 remaining records. He would get a 31.3 with innovative ways of preserving momentum, and also lowered the MasterGame record by 6 seconds, getting 104. I think it's about time we talk about the famous MasterGame. Sir Punch looked at the Legend of Zelda and was like, "Yup, I can make that in Geometry Dash." The level can be beaten after an intense boss fight, or the speedrunner way. Typically, going through walls is not normal, but this is how it can be done. In MasterGame, walls, like Starbucks baristas, only work if you're looking in their direction. Since you can only move in the direction you're facing, this works. Or does it? In this level, you can press a button to change directions and the other one to move forward. Since the direction change has a delay, you can change directions and in the following frame go forward. This will confuse the level and make it so that you can go forwards while looking right for the rest of the playthrough. If you do it twice, you'll be going the opposite direction of where you look, and will go through walls. Knowing this, beating the boss is a lot easier as you just go out of bounds, move a few scenes, and enter the boss fight territory. Since the level wasn't broken enough already, the boss will not appear and will instead just take damage for the rest of the level without you moving. And that's what I'll call passive damage. This record was troubling to Litnin, not because it was too good for him or anything, but because he played on iPad, which did not allow him to do the glitch. But AlterGame XVIII did not hold the same protection. Only 2 weeks later, Litnin would strike back with a 30.4 on AlterGame XVIII. He achieved this by swerving less, therefore maintaining speed. This record was very impressive, and put him at only 1 record away from a clean sweep. But this would not be a video of mine if I didn't mention the legendary Lexicon. On October of 2020, he would go back to the level that started it all and find an easier way of doing the trick that allowed for a 14.6 perfect time. It would be done by doing the pipe jump and waiting for the perfect time to do the second jump. Although this was relatively easy to replicate, the community had seemed to go inactive. For almost 2 years, only 2 records would be broken, in all categories. including 80%, 100%, and glitchless. Coincidentally, that is the same amount of times I spoke to girls in the same time period. One of the records broken was the MasterGame one with a 103, but the other one was irrelevant. This record would bring back Litnin from his 15-month vacation. He would easily claim the Moving Obstacles 2 record and return to inactivity for another year along with the rest of the community. 1 year later, we would see an incredible event. Litnin had not just claimed the last record by beating MasterGame. He had not just gotten the record in all of the other categories. In fact, he did none of that. Litnin had gotten a PC. Alright, I was a bit misleading, but Litnin having the possibility is the same as having it done. He had specialized in individual levels, and only a few days later, he beat the MasterGame 80% record to get a clean sweep. He used a method called double input, in which you guessed it, he used two inputs at the same time to both turn and run faster, giving a 3-second lower time at the end of the level. Both the mouse and the spacebar make you go forward, but if you click and then hit the spacebar, it gives you double the speed. This is especially helpful in the water section, trying to get to the boss fight. After beating this record, he would complete his clean sweep, and as of today, he still holds all the records, even in the miscellaneous category. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. You get 500 keys you can use until the following update. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Goodbye.